Welcome everyone. What you just heard then was a brand new keyboard from Yamaha. It's called the Yamaha CK88. We're just going to take you through that today. We're very, very excited. You know, you can see my t-shirt, Abbey Road Studios. And if you think about just a couple of years ago, they celebrated 90 years in the industry. So 92 years this year of bringing some of the best artists out in our world today. So if you go back another 44 years with Yamaha, you can see that they've got an amazing history of being able to present amazing instruments to some of the best artists in the world, and they're continuing today. And I'd like to say this new CK88 stage keyboard I'm sure is going to be used by many in our world today. But the great thing is it appeals to not only just well-established artists and their players, but also to really modest beginners as well, because it's such a beautiful keyboard. First thing you'll see, it's got a really nice look to it. It's purely vintage look. I love it. Got the old school dials going on here, but absolute real good reason behind that, because it makes our performance so much easier. It's going to flow so much easier. It's so much easier to change things during our time. So it's got the 88-note weighted keyboard from the P125. If you're not familiar with the P125, that's pretty much one of the world's biggest selling digital pianos. So it has a lot going for it. And sure, it doesn't have the beautiful wooden keyboard of the P515, but we all don't have 8 crew members to be able to tote these things around. So it's really light as well, which is awesome. Another fantastic thing about it is that it can actually operate on battery. So it has a fantastic portability option, which also suits a lot of people who are doing short gigs or busking and those sorts of things. So we're off to a fantastic start. What we find though is it offers a really good amount of variety, but without having way too much. Some of the things today, well, we want to be able to have variety, but when we're sitting down and playing, we often just come down to this core. This is where this thing is going to shine. Beautiful piano sounds, beautiful digital piano sounds. It's got 13 acoustic piano sounds, 14 electric piano sounds, 20 organ sounds. But here's an area where it really shines. It's got 116 synth and synth pad settings. And what we're going to do is we're going to invite our seasoned session player, O'Rain, to come in and play some really cool stuff on it for you, so you can just see how we can explore that part of the keyboard. So altogether, with all the orchestral sounds and everything, we've got around 362 sounds. So more than enough variety to please everybody. But what we've got on top of that, when you look at what this keyboard's trying to achieve, it's actually a bit of a mix of the YC range, which has all the drawbars like we have with this one as well, which is pretty exciting. We're going to have a look at, but also the upper CP range, like the CP88, which is Yamaha's professional stage pianos. And what they're able to do is take those in, strip them down, you could say somewhat, but we have this really good amalgamation of the two, and I really like it. So like all their upper stage pianos, our first piano that we have is our standard CF grand piano, Yamaha's flagship 9-foot grand piano. So let's have a listen to that together and see how good that is. So, really a fantastic piano sound, typical Yamaha quality, and that's certainly going to satisfy pretty much all piano buffs. And then we have our wonderful electric piano sounds. You have all your Rhodes sounds. So they were just two of the nice piano sounds, but when we go into things like the synth sections, you know, we have a combo here of the DXL DX7, if a lot of you know who that, the old classic mini Moog type of sounds too. So you've got your so just an example. I mean, it really is amazing the stuff that this thing reproduces. So the great thing about this keyboard is we have all those great sounds, but Yamaha have built in, as we said, from the YC and the CP, a range of customization for every sound, and it'll blow your mind about just how much you can actually achieve with this thing. Because you have all your different sections. You've got a great section of amps, which things like overdrive and distortion and rotary, which will totally change a sound for you. You have your modulation sections, you have your equalizer section, and you have your compression sections with other effects. In fact, I think together, I'm just going to look up on my list here. Altogether, there was 34 different effects that you can add to every single sound, which might sound a lot, but what it means is that you can fine-tune a sound, or you can take a piano, add a distortion to it. Now you've got an entirely different sound. So when you've got all your sounds put together, Yamaha have brilliantly put in a section called Live Set that gives you 160 programmable areas to be able to put all those combinations in. So that gives us all the ability to be able to call them out during our performances. So thumbs up to Yamaha for thinking ahead for that. And you can also then take that and dump that onto a USB and then create yet another 160 live set patches. Another section worth mentioning to you is the fact that this has the ability to layer sounds. Where most keyboards just have the ability to layer 2 sounds, this one has the ability to layer 3 sounds. And what that gives you is the ability to build up a beautiful patch, a beautiful combination, which makes it rich and thick compared to just having, for instance, 2. So as I mentioned earlier before, I just love the look of this thing because they've really introduced that lovely vintage look to it. But there's an advantage to it because you have all these beautiful knobs available to your fingertips, and what they do is they make it easy to change during a performance. It's okay to have a lot of buttons, but sometimes it makes it really difficult while we're out in the middle of performance to be able to just to bring something in to suit something we want to play. So we just have our normal piano sound here, which is nice. But then we want to add in one of those cool amplifiers. So we bring that in, turn it up, and now we have this type of things. So it's added a real gritty distortion to it. We can add a flanger on top of that. No, we don't want to do that. Or we can add in an effect like a phaser. So now you've got this. We can maybe take that out, have a nice delay in. We can increase that up a bit. Something like that. So you can see we've only just touched the surface, and what it does, it brings out the ability to be able to explore sounds, be able to build up what you like and be able to then store it away into your live set. And just to show off some of those features, show off some of those real amazing sounds that this thing can perform, let's bring in Rain, our local session muso, and he's going to show us how we can really bring out the best in our CK88 stage piano from Yamaha. So let's bring him in. Oh, thanks, Lorraine. Thanks for taking us through just some of those marvellous features and sounds, beautiful sounds from our YAMAHA CK88 stage piano. And another cool feature is you can actually input a microphone through the keyboard and be able to control different effects and the volume and everything through the keyboard itself, which of course is brilliant for busking, but also fantastic for other applications like live sets and things like that. And here's a little secret that I haven't really told you about this keyboard too, and it actually caught me by surprise. Unlike most stage pianos, it's actually got built-in speakers. And that just makes it so awesome to be able to take home, be able to play at home, be able to practice whatever you've got to do, and then take it out to a gig. Use them as monitors if you like, or you can just turn them off. But that's, again, a thumbs up from Yamaha for thinking ahead. It offers just so much for us. I think for the demographic that it's aimed at, for anyone from beginner to an advanced professional are going to be able to just love this unit. So I'm sure you'll agree, Yamaha have really done their homework on a beautiful stage keyboard, CK88. 88 note weighted keyboards. There actually is a 61 note keyboard as well. It's not weighted, but it gives you exactly the same features. It has built-in speakers, which is such a bonus. Has that 3 layering effect for beautiful rich patches. I love the vintage look. The knobs available at your hand, all the different amplifiers available to you, like overdrive and rotaries and compressions and all the different effects. It's certainly going to appeal to anyone who wants to have a wonderful stage keyboard at their fingertips without having to haul something around that's like 30 kilos, and it's really going to open up the market for this type of keyboard. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's review of our Yamaha CK88 stage keyboard. I'm sure you're going to love it. Thank you again for joining us. If you'd like to know more about this unit or any other units that we have here, please have a look at our website at www.bettermusic.com.au, or just email us if you'd like some more information. Anyway, my name's Mark. Hope you've enjoyed our review today, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.